It's 9:18 in the morning. We are joined by some very special guests today. The Horseman them there. All right. From Twin Cities, St. Croix, I got Marcus Knight and BB Bates. Both guys are in a vehicle. What was I saying?
Everything good, man. Everything good.
All right. Now, Mr. Knight has been in the midst of big horse races in the Virgin Islands since the return. Bibi Bates, not so much. Bibi, what's your role, Bibi? Talk to me.
What's my role? I'm the president of the Flamboyant Park Horseman Association.
Okay, president.
That's my role. Yes.
Let's hit the bell for El Presidente. All right, Marcus, what's your position with racing on St. Croix?
I'm the vice president for Flamboyant Park Horseman Association.
Okay, all right, that's cool. Do you guys get along?
Yeah, sometimes I don't want to keep, but sometimes yeah, we get along, bro.
Oh man! All right. So with horse racing back in St. Thomas, everybody is asking the question. There's been videos on Facebook and social media about missing horse racing on St. Croix, and I too have questions. When do we expect horse racing, some movement on the track, etc., etc.?
Okay, October 7th. We're heading to the Legislature. The bill that's taking the $5 million that they was offering to VIGL to give it back to the Department of Sports, Parks and Recreation. So on October 7th, we're going to the Legislature for them to start that process of transferring the money back to recreation.
Okay, and then what is going to happen with that money?
Well, once it is approved, because we do have some opposition here, some senators opposing against it here in St. Croix.
What do you mean by that? Hold on, pause. Turn the music down. Huh? You got what?
Well, some senators in St. Croix don't want this money to go back to recreation.
Who and why not?
Well, I know for one, Senator Viale and Senator Kittins.
Okay, but do you know the logic? Do you know the reasoning?
They want VIGL to get this money because they're saying the work that VIGL did on the racetrack, they think VIGL should get this money.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, I could get that logic. Where is your stance, Marcus?
My stance, we need that money to get to Sports Park and Rec so we could see horse racing in the Virgin Islands again. Because right now we're running on limited time. If this don't happen and we don't get that $5 million, it's a possibility we never see horse racing in the Virgin Islands in St. Croix again. Not the Virgin Islands, St. Croix again. That's the kind of thing that we down right now. We down the verge of losing it altogether or just making this run right now. If we don't make this run right now and get our money, we down in a bad place in St. Croix.
All right. Now, we got the vice president and the president. I would assume that it's safe to say you are speaking on behalf of all horsemen on St. Croix or the majority of horsemen on St. Croix. Any one of you, tell me what is the position of the horsemen of St. Croix? What do they want to see happen?
The horseman want the work start on the track. This $5 million is to complete the surface and finish the stables. That way horses could start training, and if they choose to go to St. Thomas to run, they choose to do that. But also, once the surface and the stables are completed, right? The government is in talks with a possible promoter right now.
You care to say the name?
No.
No, okay. No, we don't want to tell you the name. All right.
The possible promoter have submitted their paperwork to take over the racetrack. You know, so once the surface and stables are completed, it will be way quicker, way easier for the promoter to get racing back on St. Croix. All they have to do is build the grandstand, the paddock area, and the Racino.
All right, now, Mr. Bates, you know me for a long time. You know I'm a journalist. since you don't want to answer my questions, let me ask somebody else. Hey, Marcus, who's going to be that promoter that Mr. Bates is talking about?
Well, I think the public know who it is. I mean, I think they've been on your show already, but they come in. It's only one person interested in horse racing in Virgin Islands.
Okay, all right. Well, since y'all don't want to say, I don't want to say either. But okay. So now, Marcus, you've been involved in the return of horse racing. Now, a lot of attention has gone, and rightfully so, to Pure Spike. But you also had a native that had come over to campaign in St. Thomas as well. As a Crucian horseman, what has been the role of the St. Thomas racetrack and the return of racing in the Virgin Islands on St. Thomas?
Well, they've been real good with with the return of St. Thomas. They've been very good to the St. Croix people, especially me. I can't really talk for everybody else, but seeing and being involved, they have been real good to the St. Croix people. And I mean, right now, I know you have a lot of natives trying to get over there. The stars, they just get refurbished and just reopened. So I guess they try and assign the stars. Because right now they're falling up quickly. The stars are falling up quickly. Racing going to be for the rest of the year and early next year. Racing in St. Thomas is going to be very exciting. Cause I think I just had 3 new horses come in yesterday. I got, 5 native. I get 1 in the process. I'm going to be sending over to get ready to race also. Mr. Lynch just sent over his native. So we got about 7, 8 natives trying to get over there to prepare to start the race. I mean, they've been putting on a native race. That's one thing they did say. They're going to do for the St. Croix Horseman. They're going to put on a native race. Unfortunately, it had some incidents in the December race. Everybody know where some of the native broke down. And they didn't have enough to put on a race. So that's why they didn't been having a native race. Because they didn't have no natives at all.
Right.
But once they have the natives, they said they will be putting on a native race. So that's one good thing especially for the St. Croix Horseman. We do most of the breeding here. St. Thomas don't really do no breeding, you know what I mean?
Right.
So we do most of the breeding here.
Okay, so now let me ask both of you, put both of you on the camera here. So I know here's a thing that I feel like is lost in all of this. So we got the return of horse racing. They run about every other month, it feels like, on St. Thomas. Whereas Trackscore used to put on, I think, 18 races a year. If there is I feel like this is based on an agreement with the St. Thomas Horsemen, and originally VIGL, which was 6 races. If there is the return of horse racing on St. Croix, how many races are we talking about having annually? Because if you have a 6-horse field, 3 of those horses don't make no money. And then they gotta wait 2 months for another chance to make any money. That's a tough way to make a living.
Well, in our last agreement, like you said, when DV left, we were running, it was 16 races a year.
Okay, 16, not 18. Okay.
Yeah, well, the projected was 18, but I don't think we never made it to the 18. I think 16 was the max that we had run. And then in the last thing with VIGL, the live racing agreement what we had, for the first 3 years, our minimum races would have been 13. And then every year we were going up in races. I think we were reaching up to like 24 at the end of the year.
Every 3 years we would go up 3 years.
Go up 3 races for the whole 20-year contract.
Okay, so now, just again, we are very familiar with the sport of horse racing, but for those who aren't, stateside tracks where people, really invest in this game, they run 3 times a week. So to say running 16 times a year compared to what's happening, it may seem like a lot, but it really is not when it comes to maintaining a professional racehorse. And this is professional racing. People are being paid. If there is a timetable for an agreement between you guys and this prospective promoter, does that clock start running after this $5 million, or is it already running?
I ain't understand the question.
So, okay, with the negotiations with the prospective promoter, is it contingent on getting that $5 million first, back to Parks and Recreation, or can they proceed without that happening?
Okay. The government and the prospective promoter, right? They have to come to an agreement, and which is called a franchise agreement. You know, and then, okay, first of all, they have to have a lease agreement.
Okay.
That's to lease the property.
Right.
Then a franchise agreement, which is with the government. Then a live racing agreement, that's with the horsemen.
Okay.
So until they have all three of those agreements, they cannot start nothing down there.
Okay, got it.
And not one or two, all three of them.
Okay. Now, on behalf of the Horsemen, what are the things that you guys are steadfast about in your agreement?
Well, Antele Rashidi, if it's up to me, and this in and by the this in with the association, it's up to me. I would like to have 16 races.
Okay.
Per year at $100,000 per race day.
Okay.
And then there's some stuff in the franchise agreement, like there's a percentage from the Racino. That's to enhance forces, and then a next percentage to bring in the jockeys.
Okay.
So those are some stuff that we want in it. That's in the franchise agreement, and we want that in there.
Okay.
You know, our agreement is at least to start 16 races per year and at $100,000 per race day.
Okay. So now you talk about these three elements, and I've been hearing buzz and this person visit the track, but those three elements sound wide open. Like, realistically, what's the timetable? Do you guys feel like we gonna make progress?
So the progress gonna be on October 7th, because this conversation had came up in the legislature already, and it could already been approved, and the money could have been sent to Sports Park, I think, like 3 months ago. When you see, I don't know if you've been on Facebook, you see how the equine group had came in and do some testing, and they did some testing on the whole racetrack, the surface, the stables, all of that. Right now, they're waiting for money to pay them to get back the report. Because the report, they did a report, a study on the surface, because, you know, they had all these things with the horses breaking down, so they want to make sure the base, we want to make sure everything right.
All right.
So when we start everything down the right track, so they're actually waiting on this money to pay them people to get back the report. So these people already know what they have to do. And that's why we really need this $5 million to come across to the sports park to get the work started. Because even though it got a possible promoter in sight, it's still going to take a while for them to get everything together to start, because we got to wait for certain permits. They got to get all these paperwork together. But once this $5 million is here, we could get these people come in, do the work, and give us a jump start. This is like a big jump start for the St. Croix track.
Okay.
So that's why we really need this money approved when we go to the legislature on the 7th and get sent back over to Sports Park and Rec. I don't know why they want to give VIGL any money. Look where they left us. They left us with nothing.
Okay.
So why would Senator VLA be rallying to give VIGL back any money? He's one of them that got us in this position. I remember when we first started guiding this thing from the start, when Governor Mapp brought the horseman to the government house. He started explaining some of the stuff, and the horseman had some concerns. And Mr. Vielle out his own mouth said, with or without the horseman, the deal is going to go forward. And the deal went forward, and look where we are today.
Okay. So what? Well, let me stick a pin in that, because it's starting to get spicy. So, okay, I'm going to also give Mr. Vielle an opportunity to represent his thoughts, but I'm with you on what you're saying. Realistically, as a business person, from what I was observing, I felt like VIGL kind of got a rough little deal there, because they were doing things like sending horses to Tortola, if I wasn't mistaken. Is that correct, or am I making this up?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Okay. So from that, it's kind of like a retroactive vibe. So from that understanding, I could get it, and I feel like they were doing things with feed and all kind of thing. Talk to me.
But Rashidi,
Yeah.
they never sent a horse from St. Croix. St. Croix never got anything from VIGL.
Oh, okay.
That was St. Thomas. St. Thomas got feed. St. Thomas got to go to Totola.
Oh.
And they put up horses in Totola.
Okay.
VIGL put up horses in Totola.
Okay.
Nothing for St. Croix.
Okay. So your position is, well, VIGL left us high and dry, so we ready to move on?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell you something, and I'm gonna send you the pictures and a video.
Uh-huh.
The extension that VIGL did and the racetrack here in St. Croix,
Right.
that whole extension gotta come up.
Why?
They have to dig that back up.
Why?
The fill they use actually have a lot of stones in it.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna send you the video because we have video of it, video
Okay.
and pictures.
All right.
They have a lot of stones in it.
So that is the work that they did. They brought in some sand. They put on the railings. They extended the track to make it a mile track. But that extension now is kind of null and void because the surface that they used was no good.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the galvanized and the stable that they just put on have to come out.
Okay.
Because the stable's leaking.
All right. So okay, I tried to shoot VIGL a little bit of bail right there, but you just shot that down. But yeah, that if that's the logic that Mr. VLA was using, like they made significant investments to try and move it forward. But once they get that $5 million, are now they responsible to fix the track? That part seems a little unrealistic. So let's speak in a language that we both or all three of us could understand. We's all betting man, I assume, on this. Well, Mr. Knight, for sure, I know you're a betting man, sir. Okay. Is this a long shot that we're going to get horse racing in St. Croix in 2026? Or is this the favorite? What the betting line say?
2026 is a long shot.
Well, I got different perspective. I think once if we could get this new promoter and this $5 million, I think by summer next year we could see horse racing in St. Croix. Maybe not with the grandstand and stuff because that's gonna take a while to build. But if we could get his surface and his stables in place, we could see some kind of horse race at least by this time next year, 2026.
All right, hey, BB. He spoke like a man that just bet a lot of money about 3 weeks ago. All right, okay. So, a gambling man, I see. All right, okay. Now, is there anything that you guys would like to put out there to the masses?
Actually, okay, to the people, it's been a fight for 9 years.
9?
A long fight. 9 years.
Damn.
VIGL signed the franchise agreement in 2016. We are going at 10 years right now. You know, and we got nothing. Yeah, we fighting this fight all the time. We got to take time out of our day. Marcus got to leave work for we to go to the Senate to do all kind of thing. Yeah, we're fighting it. I ain't going to stop.
All right.
I'm not going to stop because I want to see things done the right way. I don't know if my son wants to race us or Marcus' son wants to race us.
Well, your brother probably does.
Well, probably, hopefully. But I would like things to be done the right way. That's why I'm sticking with this fight. It's tiring because every minute, you know, you go, you get shut down. You go back again, you get shut down. And then when you got senators that own the race horses. And they sent big, I guess he's on VIGL's payroll.
Oh, ooh.
Because if he allows
the views and opinion expressed in this interview has absolutely nothing to do with the staff and management of Vivid Streaming. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, good. This is my opinion. I don't care.
Clearly.
He have to be on VIGL's payroll because you're stopping horse race or trying to stop it. And next promoter wants to come in. This $5 million could start the movement of horse race, but you're not supporting it. You know, and you are horse owner. He's a man who's coming to the meetings. He was interested. So now what? Because the next casino wants to come in, you know, you're fighting it down, and then you're talking to the other senators about not supporting it either. You know, so we this ignorance needs to stop. It needs to stop. Let we move on. VIGL had a racetrack for 9 years and did what? One roof and an extension that have to come up again, and you still want these people to get money? No, something probably wrong, man. Something got to be wrong. But I gonna stay in the fight. I'm gonna stay in the fight. I'm going to stay in Taiwan to see things done the right way.
Okay, so now, just for context again, I mentioned Mr. Bates' brother. That would be James Bobo Bates, who had some of the biggest and best horses to come to the Virgin Islands. And that was your opinion. I'm going to ask you this before I let Marcus answer. How important is horse racing to the culture in St. Croix? Culturally, what's the value of horse racing in St. Croix?
So, Rashidi, I won't say to the culture alone. Because even to the economy, Rashidi, when Traxco used to have the racetrack, right? They used to pay taxes and $5 million. And that's with them having 38 machines on the racetrack. So imagine now you could put up to 200 machines on the racetrack. That's what this promoter plans to do. So imagine the taxes that will be paid to the government. That money could be used for many things. You know, people talking, they shouldn't give them the $5 million. They need to go to roads. They need to go to all that could happen. All that could happen out of the racetrack. But, if you're into horse racing, you don't know it.
Right.
So that's why I don't feel bad for them saying that.
Right.
But taxes do come from the racetrack.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. So that money could be used for anything. That money could be used for sports. It could be used for children. It could be used for anything. Whatever the government choose to use it for.
Okay.
So that brings money. And I don't think nothing else in the Virgin Islands bringing as much money as that.
Okay. That is fair. Well, that and of course, casino revenues, is...
Remember, that's a casino.
Which is critical, right? It is a necessary component of the horse racing agreement. Marcus, what are your thoughts culturally, sir, on horse racing in the Virgin Islands, and more specifically St. Croix?
And for me, culturally, I think is the biggest, we're going to call it sport that we see Virgin Islanders excel on a high level. I mean, yes, I know we have the Tim Duncans and stuff that play basketball, but look at the horse racing show that you does, the Gate Bus. Look at how many people we got, and look how excellent they are doing. From the Kevin Krieger to the Victor LeBron to the Maganja Felix. Look how long he has been in this thing.
Yeah.
So we got the trainers, you got Mr. Galloway, you got Mr. Croix that we just run in St. Thomas.
The Williams brothers.
Abdul, Ajari. Look, all them guys, we got a lot of guys. And it's a lot easier for us to get into than the sports like basketball. Yeah, the man them ain't getting to get the exposure that they need, but we could get the exposure in horse race. We need horse racing back. Look at how many little boys you see on the side of the road dealing with a horse. It's easier. It keep them out of trouble. You go down west every Sunday, you see them man riding horse. Look how good they take care of these horses.
Oh, for sure.
100%. We would take the worst horse them from all over the place and turn them into champions. So we need horse racing back. That's one of the biggest sports in the Virgin Islands that could help the young people and coming up. And we need to stop this St. Croix, St. Thomas thing in everything we do in the Virgin Islands, because that's what got the Virgin Islands the way we have it today.
Respect.
So what if somebody come from St. Thomas want to do something at St. Croix? We need to get out of that. And I got this thing that I would tell my father all the time. Until we get rid of them older people, nothing against the older people, but they just stuck in a way that they have been taught, and they don't try and get out of it. We need to get out of that to see the Virgin Islands get better. They got a lot of younger minds that they'll be coming and doing the same thing and trying to get them fighting against each other, St. Croix and St. Thomas. We need to get out of that. If we don't get out of that, we will never see this Virgin Islands go to a better place. Like this same thing now, we worrying about maybe somebody from St. Thomas coming to do a track and St. Croix. What are we worrying about that for? Let's get it done. Let's be one Virgin Islands and get it done.
All right. Now,
when we say Kevin Krieger, even though he's from St. Croix, we sign up Virgin Islands jockey. We representing everybody. When anybody in horse racing, especially me, I representing the Virgin Islands. I race horse in the States, everything. I representing the Virgin Islands. I ain't worrying about where it come from. We gotta get rid of this thing here to see a better place come.
So I'm gonna add a couple of things before I let both of you busy gentlemen go. I had the opportunity, and it is a blessing to me that I get to talk to almost all of these names that you just mentioned. Every time I speak to Julio Maganja Felix, as recent as 2 days ago, Maganja asked about when we're going to get horse racing back in St. Croix. I think Maganja is at 3,600 wins. And he asked this question in a way where it sounds like Maganja want to come home to finish his riding career. That's why it sounds like every time he asks me that question, it's like he want to end where he began. I spoke to Kevin Krieger yesterday. Yo. What he mentioned to me yesterday is crazy, and I mean that in a great way. I can't share, but man, it is like, yo. And these are guys who, I'm going to give you another example. One of the greatest racehorse announcers, Trevor Denman. I visited him at Santa Anita, thanks to Kevin Krieger. And he mentioned, yo, where you're from, you guys produce great jockeys. He said Kerwin John was one of my favorite jockeys. He said Kevin Krieger, because this is in the moment. This is when Kevin was riding Golden Sense. He said Kevin Krieger is one of my favorite jockeys. These men come from where we come from. And Julio Rios is a jockey agent in Ohio. He says this is a message to all the youth that love horses and horse racing. Follow your dreams and your passion. We come from a small island, but we are some of the most talented horsemen and women anywhere. If this is what you love, the sky is the limit. Plenty jockeys, trainers, grooms, exercise riders, owners, and me, jockey agent, come from the VI. Akio was called the Inspirational Rider of the Year at Ellis Downs. These are all people from the Virgin Islands doing big things on the racing scene. I appreciate the two of you gentlemen for leading the way to try to get horse racing back on St. Croix. It's been a decade fight. Big respect, brothers.
Before we go, right? My main plan with St. Croix Racetrack is for the St. Croix the Randall Dak James Racetrack to become a recognized racetrack, Rashidi.
Yeah.
Any trainer, owner that trains there, I want you to be able to go on Equibase and look them up. And in order to do that, we have to do things the right way. Why we have these trainers and owners out there and jockeys out there doing great. They come from here. We could do the same thing.
100%.
We could do it right here.
100%.
We could do it right here. So that's what I want to push for, to become a recognized racetrack. We went to a symposium in Puerto Rico the end of 2024, I think it was, Marcus and I. And one of the things we spoke about with the Puerto Ricans is having a Caribbean Classic with native Caribbean horses, Jamaica, Guyana, Trinidad, wherever. And they were like, we could hold a race on St. Croix. You know, we're a mile track now, so why we can't do it here? That's one of the things we spoke about down there with native Caribbean horses. You know, if a native from here got to Puerto Rico, you have to run as an import. So that's a disadvantage. You know, if we could have a Caribbean native, that would be excellent.
Right.
You know, that's one of the things we spoke about, and that's why I would like to take the level of this racetrack too.
100%. Now, okay, so we talked about the extension, which didn't work out because we kind of got to do it again. But we have to do it again because
we are going to do it again.
100%, because if it's a mile track, then it's a possibility that we could host the Caribbean Classic.
Exactly.
And that is important. So I want to mention that, in Jamaica, they had one of the best track announcers in the world go down there to call a race in Jamaica recently. The attention that brought to Jamaica is the attention that we could bring to the Virgin Islands.
And where US, imagine they gonna come here, they could just fly in here.
Right.
You go ask for no permission, you need nothing.
Yeah.
US to US, they could come right here and do whatever.
All right.
One of my plans I have is what the name TVG no more. FanDuel
TV.
FanDuel the name now. One of my plans is when they're in Florida for the
Pegasus Cup
or the Florida Derby.
Yeah.
The Derby.
I want to go present these people with Cruise and Rum and invite them to come to to show a race from St. Croix.
Oh, and they will come. Listen, if we think about it, like, let's put it in perspective. Victor LeBron is about to get his 2,000th victory this weekend. If we bring Victor LeBron, who rode in the Kentucky Derby, Kevin Krieger, who rode in the Kentucky Derby, Julio Felix, who has 3,600 wins, Ajari Williams, who's doing very well in New York right now. If we bring all them, why wouldn't FanDuel TV come to the Virgin Islands to cover horse racing?
Exactly. And the next thing, they like rum.
Oh, yeah.
We're good at that.
Bibby is the honest guy in this conversation. I mean, this guy is just unfiltered.
We're good at that, Rashidi. We're good at rum making. Yes.
Oh, man.
That's one of my plans, Rashidi, to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, thank you, Cy Young. So me and this guy played baseball together when we were kids.
Yeah.
Big respect. Marcus.
Yeah, Rush.
I don't know how you gonna follow that guy, but good luck. Take us out of here.
Well, next thing too, if the fans, the people, the horsemen of St. Croix, the horsemen and women of St. Croix, if you're listening to this show, October 7th, come out to the legislature. They will come out in numbers to show them it's time we get this thing on the road. Come out, support us, and just show that support and let them know, let us see that we tired of waiting and we need this show to get on the road.
100%. Hey, thank you for being a part of this show. This is part of Gate Bus with me and Scrooge. I appreciate you mentioning Mr. Cricky as well, Fridge Racing. In the midst of the heated match race, it had some energy out there that didn't make no sense. But I continue to tell them, listen, I know both sides. I love both sides. And I could tell them, and I've told them that, listen, Marcus have nothing but respect for you. So big respect, brother.
Yeah, man, I know that after the race, I went to congratulate them guys. Hey, is do it again. I want to do it again. This way about. I want to do it again. That race was, like you say, get a blood pumping. That's why you see so much new horses coming, people shopping, losing shake as the day go by. We need to do it again.
Okay, wait. Hold on there. Let's put it in context. Somebody heard you say losing shake and think Horseman fighting on the track. No. Losing a shake is when you put in a bid for a horse, somebody else put in the same bid. You got to roll the dice to see who wins the.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and the next table, I mean, we take a loss, but we don't take it lightly. We want like the old Crucian said, we don't knock back. We want to knock back. We don't keep knock.
Big respect. All right, now somehow he still turned it into a fight. Hey, listen, brother, appreciate you. Hey, Smiley said that Akio got his award yesterday. Amali said congrats to Victor LeBron same way. And Victor will get his 2,000. I'm claiming it. Victor gained his 2,000 victory this weekend.
Yeah, like you said, Victor LeBron, when he was in Gulfstream and he was there, he's the next one that wanted to come home to start a riding school.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to come back. All these guys wanted to come back and finish their career here.
And the Tim Duncan Foundation will assist in that whenever it happens.
Yeah, man, for sure.
Well, we push for that. We will push for that. We need that. We need jockeys here.
Yeah.
We need jockeys.
All right. Okay. So, Marcus, clearly, Mr. Bates is the more entertaining of the two of you. No disrespect. Hey, Bibi, take us out of here, brother. Give me some final words.
Hey, Rashidi, like I said, we only want the best for St. Croix and St. Croix Horsemen. We only want it. And overall, the Virgin Islands going to benefit. You know? We only want the best. So, like Marcos said, on October 7th, let we follow the legislature here in St. Croix. Let's follow it and show these people that we need horse racing. We want it. We need horse racing in the Virgin Islands or in St. Croix. You know, and it will better the racing in the Virgin Islands. So, look, let's show these people that. You know, and to the senators, whoever listening or your office listening, support the thing. Let we go. Let's go.
All right. Appreciate that. I got some shout outs to Crystal Wire same way on the live.
Then we got Vivid Streaming Syndicate.
Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Hold on. Oh, wait. Wait. While you're saying that, right? While you're saying that, couple of things real quick. Damn, I need a horn. No, that is out of, man. Jeez. Anyway, so, my bad. I totally misinterpreted what Smiley was saying to me, which is Victor LeBron got his 2,000 victory yesterday.
Did?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Big respect.
Congrats,
Vic.
congrats to Victor.
All right, now more importantly, Victor LeBron himself just sent me that text message. So shout outs to Vic, man. One time for the one time. All right, now with that being said, that's what happens when you're using the free Zoom. It runs out of time. Let me see if I could get Vic on the phone. Since I know for sure he on top of a horseback right now. Let's see if we can hear from Vic real quick. In the meantime, let me tell you who some of our great sponsors are that make it happen. I gotta say shout outs to the folks at Hookie. Hookie is having the big opening of the Miami Carnival on October 9th. It's a pool party. It is going to be a great party. K-Love is the host. That is all the reason you need to attend, boys and girls. K-Love is amazing. Have you seen K-Love dance?
No, is that a performer?
Well, kinda. She's a professional dancer from Croix. From St. Thomas. That is amazing.
Oh, okay.
Like Marshall Montano dancer worthy. Like she is next level. All right. There he is. There he is.
Morning.
Hey Vic, I don't have a horn, Vic, but
I know.
yo, congrats, man. 2,000 victories is
Thanks, man. Yeah.
Bruh. Congratulations.
Yeah, I got it yesterday, yeah, man.
Okay. Look at that smile. Man.
It's been a long journey, but we got it.
All right, so 2,000. Where did you start riding horses?
My first official race was Cleveland, was in Thistledown.
Okay. But tell them the truth. You start
Well,
riding horse in the bush.
Listen, my first race was back home, St. Croix, Virgin Islands.
All right.
Yep.
And then yesterday you won your 2,000.
Yeah, 2000, man. It's been a long journey since I've been bush racing since 12,
Uh-huh.
since around 12, 13.
Yeah.
I used to go to the bush races in Texaco.
All right.
That was my main spot. Texaco, I used to love Texaco and Frisenburg.
That sounds like trespassing. Racing horses in Texaco. What?
Yeah. Yeah, that was trespassing at that point for sure.
Man, but now they opened the doors for you on the biggest tracks in the world. You rode in the Kentucky Derby. That is the pinnacle of racing.
Yep.
You were out there as well. You have ridden for some of the biggest names in horse racing, McPeak, etc., etc. How do you feel as you reflect on your career and 2,000 victories?
I mean, I feel me reflecting back is a good feeling. It's like I don't even have words to say, to talk about it. It's just like I can't believe I've made it this far.
All right.
And then coming from a small island too. I mean, I can't. I feel more proud of the people who helped me get to my journey.
Who are some of those people that helped you?
I mean, most of them have passed away too. Everybody knows Johnny.
Mm-hmm.
He the shoe. Mm-hmm. He was one of my biggest guy, Pico. I forget his name. This guy father, I forget his name. I can't believe I forget. He was a monitor in school. He was the one. He used to pull my ear all the time, man. Try to set me straight.
And that's important.
It was a lot of guys, man. I mean, even when I used to ride my bicycle, my leg chopped down from the hill down to the racetrack, a lot of people was behind me and supported me,
Yeah.
So, I mean, Chuck was one of them. Chuck Knight. He was one of them for in Central. He was one of them that kind of guide me. You know, he always tell me, you know, you might be a jockey. You're good for a jockey. Wait, this and that. Come to the bush races and stuff like
Right.
that. Um, I mean, I good bit of guys, but
All right.
I appreciate them in them times. That they encourage me
And
to do this.
all right, so now, Vic, you know how I feel about you, brother.
Yeah,
Yo,
definitely,
nothing but love.
definitely. Yeah,
But
it's nothing but brotherhood.
I'm about to throw you under the bus because you ain't gonna get me in trouble with Julio Maganja Felix, brother.
Oh God. uh,
How much did Julio help you get to where you are?
big. He helped me big time. I mean, when I got here, and he's my cousin. I didn't even know that till we got up here and we met and we started discussing about family and this and that, and we end up figuring out we was family, we was related. And when I got to Cleveland, as soon as I got to Cleveland, that's when I met him and everything, because he was up here way longer before
Right,
me,
right.
and he has tremendously helped me and guided me in everything.
All right, now Kevin Krieger says the
Basically
same
from
thing.
day one.
Kevin
Yeah,
Krieger
basically
says the
from
same
day
thing.
one. Took me under his wing and guided me, through the ins and the outs, and what to do and what not to do.
All right.
And he pulled my ear a couple times too. So
All right, good. Hey, I gotta say thank you to Smiley for clearing that up for me. Before you went on Facebook and tell me yourself, no, Rush, I gave yesterday.
yeah.
Smiley tell me, so big respect to Smiley,
Yeah,
same
man.
way. Hey, listen, man, we got a hell of an industry. Guys like you make us very proud. Kevin Krieger shared some news with me yesterday that is amazing. We're going to find out if that comes to pass. But, brother, what you are doing, you rode in the Kentucky Derby the same year that Kevin Krieger did in the same race. However, Victor
Yep.
LeBron won on that day, and I won some money off of you, brother.
Yep, that's true.
So thank you.
Look like it,
Ah, there you go. There you go, man. Hey, bro, I appreciate you. How many are right in today?
I ride, I think 4.
All right, so
I get checked back. I go day by day and hour by hour.
yeah, and he only
It's
rides
quality.
winners. So at least
Yeah,
2002 today. Respect, brother.
Right there, yeah, man. Thanks, Raj.
Hey, give it up for the great Victor LeBron one time. Thank you for tuning in, joining us, my brother. Hey, one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet, too, man. Like, for
Seems
real.
like a nice guy.
Amazing individual, man. Great human being. Kevin Krieger is, too. Kerwin John. You know, one of these days we're gonna tell the whole story on Kerwin John. It is amazing. It is interesting. It is a part of the racing that people from a distance don't realize. But big respect to Kerwin John to the one time. Matter of fact, Kerwin John took me to Santa Anita and started the process. We submitted tape of me calling the races in the Virgin Islands when that gig was starting to open up. Obviously, I didn't get it, but Julio Maganja Felix, same way. Those guys show a belief in me. Julio set me up to call a race when I went to Thistledown. And I was like, Julio, you heard BB. I ain't had horse racing in St. Croix for like 9 years. So I didn't call a race in like 6. I was like, I'm not disrespecting and embarrassing the Virgin Islands, and more importantly, Julio Felix, with a bad race call on FanDuel TV. At the time, they were not called FanDuel, they were called TVG. But nonetheless, man, those guys believing in me gave me a belief to do what I do, so I got to thank them, man, the real way. Ajari, big respect to you, same way, brother. Doulas, enough love, enough respect. Me and Akio been playing phone tag. We almost had him. Almost. He was on the camera 2 days ago, but technical difficulties, it didn't happen. But big respect to the Horseman, them the wall over, all right? Gate Bus is going to continue to go. This show is done for today. Thank you very much for coming through, Sonica.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. Can't happen without you. Gotta say thank you to Bush Cook, the 13th to the 19th, Seja Farms. One Communication and Brava, it starts with one. The Virgin Islands National Guard, ready to serve. Neighborhood Pharmacy, changing healthcare in the Virgin Islands, one patient at a time. Also, G Muscles Fitness Center to a new, healthier you. G Muscle got big bike show coming up. I done got a lot of texts in a day. That gone already? Good Lord. Yeah, I can't find it. I was going to tell you when. Here it is. Big Bike Show. It is in G Muscles parking lot on November 8th. Walk with your bicycle. Shouldn't you ride your bicycle? But walk with your bicycle. Ali Kiat Potter, Ernie Freeman. It's in honor of them. It's happening courtesy of Sport-O-Rama. All right, big respect, Gilly. Also got to say, Glass 2000. NPR has got a tiny desk. We got a big glass desk courtesy of Glass 2000. Also, Martha's Deli. Award-winning, Grammy Award-winning engineer. Dean Pun, the owner of Martha's Deli. Encourage you to check them out. The Crucian breakfast on a Saturday bangs. They also make like some great soups as well. Check them out. Salty Locks Payment Processes. That's how we get to the song of the week on Vivid Streaming. Buddha Sushi. They got an award-winning chef. He is officially back. I am going to post my pictures of my empty plates from yesterday. The food was amazing at Buddha Sushi yesterday. Waste Management Authority. Keep the place clean, damn it. Seaborne Airlines. Not just travel, a VI experience. And, of course, my friends at Fly the Whale. Taking you to Puerto Rico with multiple trips a day, conveniently. And Hooky, Miami is happening on October 9th at Duffy's Sports Bar and Grill. Also, details coming on how you can win tickets to that and a bunch of other Miami Carnival events right here on Vivid Streaming. Use the shout-out feature. Download the app. So I'm going to play a song, right? And if you download the app, you're going to see the name of the artist, the name of the song. Hit the thumbs up icon. It registers a vote. The song with the most vote wins the song of the week. The song of the week gets $100 up to 12 weeks. That's $1,200 courtesy of Vivid Streaming on Salty Locks. All right, man, it's time for us to get on up out of here. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate everybody on the live. Download the Vivid Streaming app. That's where it's at.